Stopping here. Where's Will? You're to me with that What's that? Yours?
Hello and good afternoon to the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground for Northern Premier League action in what is a very pleasant day on the east coast of Yorkshire. Can you turn that down, please? Uh, Whitby Town taking on Bradford Park Avenue. Whitby Town currently sat 10th in the table of the Northern Premier League. Park Avenue, of course, 19th, just on their edge inside the relegation zone, but hoping to make it out today. Just quick run today's team. We'll quickly run through the Whitby Town lineup. In goal for Whitby, number 1, Shane Bland. Number 2, Priestley Griffiths. Number 3, Colby Shepherd. Number 4, Jacob Grattan. Number 5 and captain, Daniel Rowe. Number 6, Harrison Beeden. Number 7, Max Howells. Number 8, Alfie Doherty. Number 9, Stephen Walker. Number 10, Nathan Thomas. And 11, Junior Mondal as the teams come to the field now. Whitby Town, of course, wearing their Sampdoria-style home kit, the blue with the chevron of red, white and black across the chest. Park Avenue in the away strip, red with a little bit of yellow and black on there. On the bench for Whitby Town, quickly run through that. Connor Smith, Bradley Fewster, Jerome Greaves, Aaron Haswell and Joseph Wheatley. Now to go through the Bradford Park Avenue lineup this afternoon. In goal, number 1, Kieran Flavel. Number 2, returning to the starting lineup and wearing the armband, Lucas Dunstan. Number 3, Mason O'Malley. Number 4, Will Lancaster. Number 5, Jacob Lara. Number 6, Riley DeSena. Number 7, Eddie Mayoko. Number 8, Harrison Hopper. 9, Adrian Thibault. 10, Jordan Preston. And 11, goalscorer last week, Jake Daniels. On the bench for Park Avenue, only 4 substitutes named today. Leon Johnson, Harry Colville, Chinedu Osadibe and Ted Lavelle. Now, when these two sides met earlier in the season at the Horsefall Ground, that game finished 1-1. Whitby Town scored, putting themselves in the lead through a Junior Mondal goal. Chinedu Osadibe was the man to pull that back to get a point for both sides. Referees today, the man in the middle with the whistle, Connor Ledgway, his assistants, Thomas Shepherdson and George Smith, as we're just a few moments away from getting underway. Plenty of mascots out in the centre circle. It's been a pleasant day here in Whitby. Fish and chips have been consumed, match prep already. Easy travel across. We'll be keeping an eye on other fixtures across the Northern Premier League this afternoon, hoping that Bradford Park Avenue and Danny Whittaker's men can climb out of that relegation zone. Jordan Preston looking to add to his tally of 8 league goals this season. Let's hope that he, of course, can do that today. Bit of a breeze picked up now on the east coast. Referee just calling the captains into the centre circle. Lucas Dunstan, of course, going up. Daniel Rowe in the blue of Whitby Town. Been a busy couple of weeks for Whitby Town. In their last 5 games, they've played 5 games in just over 2 weeks. Played on the 12th of March, 1-1 that game, finished against Guysborough. They did win on penalties earlier this week in what was cup action. 2 draws, 2 losses and a win in their last 5 for Whitby Town. For Bradford Park Avenue, it's 2 losses, 1 draw and 2 wins. Of course, Bradford Park Avenue last Saturday suffering defeat at home against Warrington Rylands after leading at half-time through a Jake Daniels goal. Jake Daniels, of course, the Blackpool loanee, made quite an impact at the club, as well as Adrian Thibault since arriving from Macclesfield. But let's be hoping that those two link up today, like they did last Saturday, and produce something spectacular. As we're ready to go here, Whitby Town shooting from right to left from my perspective here at the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground. Junior Mondal to kick us off. Park Avenue left to right, of course. Referee just making sure both sides have 11 players on the field. Both keepers are ready. We're ready up here in the commentary box, and we are underway here in Northern Premier League action. Ball back to Alfie Doherty, who plays a long diagonal ball forward to what is the left back area of Bradford Park Avenue. Mason O'Malley just cannoning the ball off the right winger of Whitby Town, and that is then eventually cleared high into the sky, but I think the wind's affected that one, and it also affected Harrison Hopper's reading of the ball, who couldn't quite get underneath it, and now Junior Mondal picks the ball up and it's spread out wide, but a ball's gone astray from Nathan Thomas. Just trying to shift it out onto this left-hand side for the left-back Colby Shepherd. But just a little bit of a bobble before he put his foot through the ball, and that one flew out for a throw-in just in front of us here. Lucas Dunstan with the armband on. Good to see him back out in Park Avenue colours. Playing it backwards now. Lancaster just trying to play a ball towards Riley DeSena, but it went away from him. Kieran Flavel has to come out and put his foot through the ball. He goes long. Daniel Rowe heads forward, and the ball bouncing around the midfield now. Cannoned off the face of a Whitby Town player from Will Lancaster. But Whitby Town pick up the ball in the half of Park Avenue. Good challenge from Dunstan. On it was Stephen Walker there on the left-hand side for Whitby Town. The ball just bounces around to Daniel Rowe. Plays the ball down the left-hand side. Looking for Stephen Walker once more. Bit of head tennis. Not the easiest off-pitch surfaces here on the East Coast. Bradford Park Avenue, of course, play on a artificial surface back home. Flatter than flat. This one's, of course, grass. Just a little bit of bobble in the surface, but the weather's pleasant. Just a bit of wind to deal with. But now Whitby Town looking around the area of Park Avenue. Turns in Jacob Lara twice. Twice. Stephen Walker had the opportunity to cross the ball into the area. But Eddie Mayoko trying to break away, and he's just pulled back on the shirt before he can get too far out of the box of Park Avenue. Kieran Flavel comes out of his area in an all-green strip, black socks to take with a left-footed strike. The Barnsley loanee sends one downfield looking for Adrian Thibault. Can't quite read that ball, and it goes over his head and meets captain Daniel Rowe of Whitby Town. Riley DeSena picks up the ball at centre half on the halfway line for Park Avenue, shifts it out left to O'Malley, who goes directly into the middle, looking for Jordan Preston's feet, but just in behind Preston, he can't get there, and it goes through to Colby Shepherd. Ball forward now for Whitby Town. Jacob Grattan just playing a 1-2 with Junior Mondale, and now it's shifted on to Alfie Doherty, and it opens up onto this left side a little. Max Howells just dancing, cutting inside, potentially an option for a shot on goal. Lucas Dunstan does really well to shepherd him across, and Jacob Grattan now with a shot high and wide over the bar of Kieran Flavel. Nothing to worry, the Bradford Park Avenue goalkeeper there. First shot of the game though, high and wide. But it just opened up for a moment there for Whitby Town, just shifting it out onto this left-hand side. Max Howells cut inside, and Lucas Dunstan did really well to match him for pace, read him all the way, and showed him nothing but that option that he took, which was a rather poor shot for Whitby Town. Manager Nathan Haslam of Whitby Town hoping for a little bit more of his side. Throw-in now going to Bradford Park Avenue's way, just inside the Whitby Town half. Just in front of manager Nathan Haslam. 10th in the league, Whitby Town currently sit. 14 wins, 7 draws and 9 losses. They'll be hoping to just push on 9 points out of playoffs. Could they make a late charge for it? Potentially. They'll be hoping, of course, to get 3 points today. But Bradford Park Avenue fighting their way out of the relegation zone, hoping that they can also take 3 points back to West Yorkshire. But ball forward now, out onto this left-hand side again. But Dunstan reads it well, but just a little bit of a bobbly surface again affects the play, and Dunstan can't quite collect the ball cleanly. Runs out of a throw-in of Whitby Town on this left-hand side for Colby Shepherd to take. Already got all games underway in the division. Eddie Mayoko now flicks the ball back towards the goal of Whitby Town. Jordan Preston plays it to Jake Daniels. He's got a bit of room in front of him here, driving towards 30 yards. Can he shoot? No. Opsagart on left and finds Mason O'Malley, the former Huddersfield Town and Scunthorpe player. Ball in from Mason O'Malley. It's a good looping cross, but come out and pushed away by Shane Bland, the goalkeeper. Set back to the edge of the area by Eddie Mayoko to Lucas Dunstan, who plays it back out to Mayoko. Can he beat his man? No, he can't. Mayoko goes down holding his ankle, but definitely no foul there. Colby Shepherd won the ball cleanly. He's being overlapped by Max Howells. Does he play it to him? He does. He's one-on-one with Will Lancaster, who's covering in from a Dunstan. Howells tries to cut back inside, but it was Lancaster, who did well to recover and collect the ball for Park Avenue. His clearance won't go as far as a Park Avenue player. Alfie Doherty picking that one up. Back to Howells. Howells trying to just find Junior Mondale with a smart inside ball from the left-hand side, but that once more cut out by Will Lancaster, who then goes long, looking for Adrian Thibault, who's been fouled there, been held back by Harrison Bede, and you'd think that would potentially warrant a yellow card. Referee is just going to call him over for a little chat. The ball came over. It was a long clearance from Will Lancaster. They both looked to have a hold of each other, but Adrian Thibault definitely the one that was fouled first there. It was last man situation, about 45 yards from goal. No trouble in terms of recovery defence for Whitby. But the referee just calling him over for a chat, and that will be the first yellow card of the afternoon. Free kick to be taken about 45 yards from goal in a central position for Park Avenue. Jake Daniels with the ball stood just in front of the referee. Referee just giving the Whitby man a ticking off. It is Harrison Beeden that goes into the book here. Just 6 minutes in, sorry. at the Tobar Express Stadium. Now a chance for the big boys to go up into the area for Bradford Park Avenue. Riley DeSena in there, Will Lancaster, Jacob Lara. Lara and DeSena queuing up at the back post. Ball put in. It's a poor delivery from Jake Daniels. Won't beat the first man, but it will run out for what is just a throw-in. Didn't quite go for a corner in the bottom right corner of me. Just have to lean forward to double check that one. Lucas Dunstan goes forward to take as the two centre-backs, DeSena and Lara, return to centre-half. Dunstan throws it back to Lara, though, who shows an option, and Lara tries to just ink it past back down the line to Lucas Dunstan. An ironic cheers as Lucas Dunstan jumps as high as he can, but can't quite get his head to that ball. And unfortunately, that does go out for a Whitby Town throw in deep inside their own half to be taken by Colby Shepherd. Shepherd with a long throw in down the line, looking for Stephen Walker. Over Stephen Walker, met by Riley DeSena's head on the bounce. Eddie Mayoko does well to get that ball and flick it onto Preston, looking for Thibault. And that's had to be forced out of play by captain Daniel Rowe for a throw in a similar area where Whitby took it just moments ago. On this right hand side now for Park Avenue, Dunstan once more goes forward. Gordon Preston battling with Daniel Rowe in the box, but the ball goes down the line to Thibault and out for a corner ball. First corner of the afternoon goes to Bradford Park Avenue out on this right hand side. It looks like Jake Daniels will come across to take. What can Park Avenue do as the big men go forward once more? Mason O'Malley left at the back alongside Nathan Thomas of Whitby Town, looking for potential counter-attack opportunities. You also see Max Howells staying back. Dunstan, Hopper and O'Malley all back now, but Daniels whips a ball into the back and it fell to Jacob Lara, who had a free effort on goal at the back, but the referee had already blown his whistle and said, I just want to check on something between Adrian Thibault and I believe it's Jacob Grattan just inside the 6-yard box. A little bit of push and shove, all good fun of course, but the referee's keeping a keen eye on that one. Goalkeeper Shane Bland also giving a little bit of a push, a little bit more involvement. Ball back in now, chance Riley DeSena, blocked. Crowd to be cleared by Whitby Town. Will Lancaster gets the ball into the area. Hopper goes up for a header. What can Hopper do? Can he collect the ball? No, he can't. Jacob Grattan just scrappy around the edge of the area. Hopper wins it. Driving towards the left-hand side now, just on the edge of the area. Cuts back onto his right foot, but it's stepped in well by Daniel Rowe to just get his foot in there and win the ball back for Whitby Town. Junior Mandal just looking to try and come away with it. Jake Daniels actually keeps the ball in play for a challenge from Harrison Hopper. Mandal wanted a foul for that one, and another corner ball is won now on the left-hand side for Bradford Park Avenue. Great work by Harrison Hopper and Jake Daniels on that side. Fantastic to see from Bradford Park Avenue. A little bit of early pressure, of course, away from home. Hoping to get on the score sheet first for the second week in a row. Bit more pushing and shoving between Colby Shepherd and Adrian Thibault. Referee steps in again and says, let's just have enough of that, please. Let's. Ball now, in swing and delivery from Daniels. It's a poor delivery, doesn't quite get off the floor. But the ball's cleared away and out for a Park Avenue throw-in for Mason O'Malley to take just in front of the dugout of Whitby Town. O'Malley with the ball in his hands now. So 9 minutes played here on the east coast of Yorkshire as my media manager's just thrown his phone on the floor. It survived. Throwing down the line from Mason O'Malley, cleared now by the back line of Whitby Town. Can they break out of their half for the first time in around 5 minutes? They can now. Junior Mondal, no opts. After poor first touch from the inside forward. Just looking for options now. Opts to play it for Colby Shepherd on this left-hand side, cuts inside. Pressure from Mayoko and Thibault forces him to go backwards to Daniel Rowe. Shifts it out across to the man who's already been booked this afternoon, Harrison Beeden. He looks long ball, long diagonal ball. It's troubling, but read well by Jacob Lara and Dunstan. Good communication and allows them to nod it back to the Barnsley goalkeeper on loan here at Park Avenue, Kieran Flavell. Flavell bowls it out with his left hand over to Riley DeSena, who drives it forward, looks it to go forward again with Jake Daniels. Daniels out to O'Malley and then into Preston's feet. Preston lays it back to O'Malley, who plays a chip ball over the top to Jake Daniels. And I'm not quite sure he was offside, but the linesman has got his flag up. George Smith with the yellow flag just in front of me on this right-hand side. Flags that 25 yards into the half of Whitby Town. Whitby Town get things going quickly before Thibault and Daniels can recover positionally. Ball played from right to left in the air by Mondal over to Max Howells, and Howells looks down the line for a Colby Shepherd, who's got the run on Mayoko. Mayoko with a little bit of a pull on Shepherd, but Shepherd does well to keep hold of the ball. He's on the floor again, but no foul there. Now Dunstan and Mayoko team up on Shepherd and win themselves a throw-in. Fantastic work from the duo on the right-hand side for Park Avenue. Throw-in to be taken by Dunstan. Just taking his time. One goal around the league so far as Radcliffe lead 1-0 away at Stafford Rangers. That's all to speak of in terms of goals in the Northern Premier League at the moment. Ball bouncing around the midfield now. Good header won forward by Hopper. Picked up well by Jordan Preston, who drives forward now, playing it out wide to Mason O'Malley, who goes down the line once more to Jake Daniels. What can the Blackpool Lonely show now in terms of pace? One-on-one with Beeden, but Beeden does very well to just shepherd the ball out of play. Uses his muscle, uses his shoulder, and guides that out for a goal kick to be taken quickly now by Shane Bland. Gets things moving quickly, and clearly an intensity that Whitby Town and Bradford Park Avenue want to play at this afternoon. Both just looking to try and get the ball started faster than normal. Ball played forward now, long diagonal from Priestley Griffiths. It's a great run from Stephen Walker, who's a handful, it has to be said. Does well to beat the ball off Riley DeSena. Flick infield now from Junior Mondale back to Jacob Grattan, who goes back out wide now to Stephen Walker, who's got a bit of room, drives into the area, lays it off to Nathan Thomas with a shot on goal, and it just whistles wide past the left-hand side of the post, the right post of Kieran Flavel, and that was the closest we've come all day to a goal. 12 minutes in here, 0-0 the current score, but that was a good effort from Nathan Thomas. Hit the ball hard and low with his left foot, and it just probably missed by a couple of yards, 2 or 3 yards, but the best chance of the day. Goal kick for Flavel, just lays it out to the left to Riley DeSena. DeSena now looks forward himself, goes long looking for Thibault, but Thibault and Beeden both battle and can't quite get to each other. Out comes Shane Bland to clear the ball, and he clears it to Howells, and Howells with a free header lays it back to Grattan, and Grattan plays a lovely looking ball over to that right hand side, but fantastic work. A diving header, diving backwards all the way onto his back. Mason O'Malley just nodding that one out of play. Great work from the left back of Bradford Park Avenue. Ball back at Harrison Beeden's feet now for Whitby Town. He goes down under the pressure of Thibault, but no foul there. Picked up now in the middle of the park by Jacob Grattan. Goes into Mondale. Mondale tried to lay it off, but the ball got stuck at his feet, and that's a great sliding challenge from Will Lancaster just to regain the ball from Nathan Thomas there. Chips the ball forward, but it does go out for a Whitby Town throw in halfway into the Whitby Town half. Beeden to take. Very long thrown down the line. And it came out of a battle between Nathan Thomas and Mason O'Malley. Now, from my perspective, that most definitely did go out off Mason O'Malley, but the linesman, just 5 yards away from it, gave it to Bradford Park Avenue. No complaints from me here with my Bradford Park Avenue tinted glasses on. Lucas Dunstan now picks up the ball on the right-hand side, driving infield. Dancing, goes back outfield now to Eddie Mayoko. Lays it back to centre-half Jacob Lara on loan from Salford City. The number 5 for Park Avenue as a helicopter goes over the top here of the Turnbull ground. 1-2 play between Lara, Lara and DeSena again. DeSena now playing it into Jake Daniels' feet, but just the bobble of the pitch again affecting the play, and Daniels couldn't quite flick it round the corner for Mason O'Malley, and Whitby Town with a chance to break here. Driving crossfield, ball looking forward for Stephen Walker, who driving into the area, but great interception by Riley DeSena just to poke the ball that was probably about 3 or 4 feet off the floor. Got his big right boot up to poke that back to the feet of goalkeeper Kieran Flavel, sorry. Did the Australian centre half. Now Mason O'Malley looking forward. Bit of long ball football when it does get going. The bobble obviously affecting the play. Mason O'Malley throws the ball in. Plays a 1-2 with Harrison Hopper. Throwing again to be taken by Mason O'Malley, who again goes to Harrison Hopper. Just about 10-15 yards inside the Whitby Town half. That's eventually cleared by Beeden after a heavy touch from Harrison Hopper. Riley descended ever so well to just poke it past Junior Mondale after the clearance. Will Lancaster about 35 yards out from goal. Just looking for an option. Jordan Preston drops deeper to collect the ball. Now shifts it out onto this right hand side to Jacob Lara, who goes right hand side further to a Dunstan. Back to Lara now. 15 yards into the Whitby Town half in an all red strip. And that's a poor ball from Jacob Lara. Just played it straight to Junior Mondale and gives away a free kick. Probably a sensible foul to give from Jacob Lara. It's a poor pass looking for Will Lancaster. Easily cut out by Junior Mondale. And I think Jacob Lara essentially just stood his ground and didn't allow Junior Mondale to pass. Easy foul to give for Connor Ledgway. the man in the middle. Shane Bland comes a long way out of his goal. Take this free kick. Will Lancaster just sitting in between the two centre halves, almost forming a back five, back six now with Ademioko also dropping in for Park Avenue. Ball goes forward, bouncing around. Daniel Rowe wins the first header. Fantastic win by the Whitby Town captain. It was eventually cleared by Park Avenue, but only as far as Nathan Thomas, who drove inside the box. It just ran away from the striker. Adrian Thibault now with a chance to break for Park Avenue. Now that looked offside from my perspective, but he's driving into the edge of the area. Great inside ball. Here's Jordan Preston. What can he do? Ball across to the back. Cleared well by Colby Shepherd. Bradford Park Avenue. Harrison Hopper wins the rebound, and just a fancy flick attempted by Adrian Thibault. Didn't quite come off. There was nobody there for it to go to, and that's a cynical foul from Harrison Hopper. Just stopping a break of Whitby Town. Jacob Grattan trying to get away, driving into the half of Park Avenue, and that'll be Harrison Hopper going into the book, equaling out the yellow cards for each side. 17 minutes in here at the Northern Premier League, 0-0 the current score between Whitby Town and Bradford Park Avenue. Another easy yellow card for referee Conor Ledgway to give this afternoon. Wouldn't mind that sun coming out over here this afternoon. Wind's picking up a little bit. It was nice and sunny when we set off from West Yorkshire this morning. That's quickly disappeared. Left-footed strike forward from Shane Bland, looking for the big head of Harrison Bede, and that's bouncing around. Down goes Mason O'Malley with a potential head injury, I believe it is. Referee just stops play immediately. And now physio Brad, quick to the mark down the line. Just waiting to see if Mason does need a little bit of care and attention. Referee says no. Mason gets up. Although I thought with a head injury they usually had to receive treatment, but evidently not. Park Avenue, I believe, will just receive the ball dropped to them. Kieran Flavel, is it Flavel? Just confirming, it's Kieran Flavel, sorry Kieran. Kieran will come out and take this. I don't know if it's a free kick. Did the referee give a free kick?
I think so, yeah.
He gave a free kick for a challenge on Mason O'Malley. He's back on his feet now as the left back, former Republic of Ireland under 21 international. Ball forward by Flavel, just over the head of Harrison Hopper and cannoned away by Jacob Grattan, but only as far as Lucas Dunstan. Ball bouncing around. Colby Shepherd does really well to win the ball. Now driving on this left-hand side is Alfie Doherty with a really heavy touch, but the ball bouncing around and Lucas Duncan couldn't quite get a hold of that ball. Max Howell's trying to pop it past him, but Dunstan does well to recover and smash the ball back down the line on this right-hand side, picked up by Colby Shepherd. Almost on the touchline. This time goes out again to Alfie Doherty. Back to Shepherd, ships it inside to Grattan, and Grattan moving things across from left to right. Junior Mondale just fouled by Will Lancaster. Mondale, body language, not too happy with that one. Got a free kick about 15 yards into the half of Park Avenue. Jacob Grattan just steps away from the ball and says, I think you should have this one, Priestley Griffiths. Chance of Seasiders here at Whitby Town. Who wants a good turnout? Nice to see always. Travelling fans, of course, also come across from Bradford Park Avenue. Ball into the area, over the head of Daniel Rowe, but it lands at Thomas's feet. Shot on goal, wide, once more of that left-hand side post. Really good work by the right winger of Whitby Town. No trouble in Kieran Flavel there, but not quite sure what he could have done with a shot from that tight angle. That close into the box, if it was flying into that top corner. Luckily for Bradford Park Avenue, that one probably flew similar, 2, 3, 4 yards wide of the left-hand side post. From an attacking perspective. 20 minutes gone here. 0-0 the score between Whitby Town and Bradford Park Avenue. Radcliffe now lead 2-0 away at Stafford Rangers. Ball forward by Flavel, won by Thibault, but seconds cleared up by Colby Shepherd and gone long by Whitby Town. Riley de Senna clears, but header won well by, it was Griffiths that time. Now Mundale pressing Lara. Mundale wins the second header, looking for the feet of Nathan Thomas, and Jacob Lara just has to put his foot through that, out for a throw-in on the right-hand side for Whitby Town. Ilkeston Town 1, Hyde United 1 elsewhere in the division. Harrison Beedon with the ball in his hands. Looks like a long throw in into the area. It is a long throw in. Arcing towards the 6-yard box. Cleared by Eddie Mayoko. Really well done. Jordan Preston, can he get to the ball first? No, he can't. Priestley does really well. Priestley Griffiths does really well to get himself in there. And it falls to Eddie Mayoko, who plays a really heavy ball back towards Lucas Adunson, puts himself on the back foot. What can Adunson do? Great work by the captain of Bradford Park Avenue, linking up with Harrison Hopper to get that ball away. Preston stands his ground. What can he do? One-on-one with Priestley Griffiths. Sorry, Jacob Grattan. Grattan with some fancy feet goes down the line and finds Max Howells, who can't quite get past Lucas Adunson, but doesn't win himself a throw-in for the team in blue. Colby Shepherd goes down the line to take, throws it in. Fantastic work by Stephen Worker. Just rolls it off his shoulder to the winger, Max Howells. Howells steps inside from Mayoko, plays the ball into Junior Mundal and back out now to Alfie Doherty. He goes to Shepherd. Shepherd on this left-hand side, looking to dance past Mayoko. Does really well to do so. Can he get a ball across into the box? He can. Whips her across the area. And the header was won by Lara. Looked like it would be heading out for a corner, but Mayoko managed to swing his left boot across the ball and clear it, but only as far as Daniel Rowe, deep inside the half. Whitby Town. Ball forward looking for Max Howells. Is shrugged off the ball by Lucas Adunson. And then Adunson cannons the ball off Howells equally for a Park Avenue throw. Just 10 yards from their own corner flag on the right-hand side. Dunson launching the ball down the line, looking for Preston, but Preston just spun the wrong way and it's intercepted by Daniel Rowe, but his ball is poor looking across to the right-hand side, and great ball, first time from the weak foot of Jake Daniels. That finds Jordan Preston out on this right-hand side, who does well to keep the ball off the pressure of Daniel Rowe. Lucas Dunstan driving infield, which we see ever so often from the Park Avenue captain. He finds Riley DeSena, and DeSena's ball forward is a poor one. Cut out by, it was Jacob Grattan, but his ball forward's cut out by Lancaster. And can that ball be switched over to this right-hand side by Jake Daniels? It's a lovely looking ball, enticing the run of Jordan Preston. Preston just couldn't quite get there ahead of Colby Shepherd. And Shane Bland with a chipped cross. Doesn't even go out of play. Went about 15 yards and sky high, held up by the wind. And Park Avenue keep the ball inside the Whitby Town half. Lancaster with the ball at his feet. Feeds it into Mayoko, who has his back to goal about 25 yards out. Rolls it back now to a Dunstan with a bit of room and a little bit of time. Lays it back to Jacob Lara, who then goes it back all the way to Kieran Flavel. Shifts it over to the Australian centre half, Riley DeSena. And back to the man in green of Park Avenue. Lara now driving the ball up the field. Would like to see a little bit more in terms of efforts on goal for Bradford Park Avenue. No clear-cut chances for the men in red this afternoon. But in terms of possession, I'd say Park Avenue potentially have had a little bit more as Lancaster looks to play a ball over to the left-hand side, looking for the run of Mason O'Malley, but that's cut out well by Priestley Griffiths, into the hands of Shane Bland. And Shane Bland plays an unbelievable ball down the line for Nathan Thomas, who drives into the area. Thomas tries to poke it past Flavel, and great save by Kieran Flavel. Absolutely fantastic save from the Barnsley loanee, but what a delivery from Shane Bland in the goal of Whitby Town. Played a side foot, scything ball, cutting the grass, almost like a daisy cutter style, about 5 yards off the ground the whole way down the line. Beat Riley DeSena for pace, and Nathan Thomas with a fantastic driving run from the right-hand side. Found himself probably around 11 yards from goal and cannoned one towards the goal. But Flavel was rushing out and made himself big and made a crucial save here, 25 minutes into the first half. 0-0 the score remains. Great work from the Park Avenue number one. Ball forward from Flavel now, won by Jordan Preston. Seconds won by Thibault and fed out wide to Daniels on the left, who goes back, plays a 1-2 with Mason O'Malley and loops a ball into the area. Cleared by Daniel Rowe. Only as far as Will Lancaster, who says, have another go at it, lads. Heads it back towards the back line of Whitby Town. Jacob Grattan picks up the ball and shifts it out to Priestley Griffiths. Griffiths does well to keep the ball in on that right-hand side, and back into Grattan now, who looks to go long down the line. Cut out by DeSena, but Junior Mundal playing in that sort of false nine area between midfield and attack, can't quite keep a hold of the ball. Jake Daniels lets the ball taken off him by Jacob Grattan, and Grattan looks to chip a ball down the right-hand side. That'll run through to Kieran Flavel in the goal of Park Avenue. Great work by the Park Avenue number one just a few moments ago. Strong save from the effort and run from Nathan Thomas to keep Park Avenue in the game alive here in the first half. Ball forward from Jacob Lara. Great work from Adrian Thibault. Oh, and a foul given there. I thought that was all shoulder, but again, that might be my Bradford Park Avenue tinted glasses failing me. Foul given by George Smith. Shane Bland will come out and take this. Not too far out of his goal, this one, but it is far out on this left-hand side for the goalkeeper. who thuds his bright orange boots through the ball. Great win by Jacob Lara, just climbing higher than Stephen Walker that time, and that ball drops to Junior Mondal and then plays it into Jacob Grattan, who looks to play a ball in behind Mason O'Malley. Fantastic ball, but that just looks like it'll run away from Nathan Thomas, who tried to keep the ball in play and in turn, I think, has chipped the ball out of the stadium. Unlucky from Nathan Thomas there, tried ever so hard just to chase that ball down and keep it in play, or at least tap it out for a throw into Park Avenue, but it does run all the way through for a Bradford Park Avenue goal kick. Ashton United now leading 1-0 at home to Gainsborough Trinity. Daniel Rowe, the scorer in Whitby Town's previous game in the Cup against Guysborough. Guysborough Town, that is. They won on penalties 4-2 that evening. On Tuesday, that was. Ball being played across the back line now of Whitby Town. Beeden across to Griffiths. Griffiths into Alfie Doherty. Back to Griffiths. Now here is Grattan. Grattan playing it forward, looking for the big body of Stephen Walker, who turns Riley de centre ever so well and chips the ball in towards Mundal, but it won't quite reach Mundal. Cut out well by Lara and then cleared by Mayoko. Harrison Hopper will pick up the ball in the middle of the park, and he's definitely been fouled there by the challenge of Alfie Doherty. Just bundled the Park Avenue centre forward over, and Harrison Hopper saying, well, I'm not too happy with that one. But a foul given, not much more. Lara gets it going short, plays it to Lancaster and shifts it out quickly onto that left-hand side where Jake Daniels can potentially drive down the line with a little bit of room to run. Lays it off to the overlap of Mason O'Malley, who then turns back and plays it back to midfielder Lancaster. To Daniels. Daniels takes a heavy touch, but does well to keep the ball off the challenge of Junior Mundal. Plays it to Mayoko, lurking around the edge of the area as Eddie Mayoko turns back, leaves it to Harrison Hopper. He's got a bit of room if he wants to have an effort on goal, but no, he opts to just shift it out onto this right-hand side. 35 yards was Hopper here, but here it's a Dunstan on this right-hand side. Plays it back to Hopper, and Hopper with plenty of time to swing a ball into the area, but that's straight down the throat of Daniel Rowe. Clears that quite comfortably into Max Howell's feet. Hopper was bearing down behind him, but Hopper already on a yellow card. Wants to be careful in terms of making challenges there. Opts to just let Howells turn back on himself, and Howells then lays it out to this left-hand side to Walker, who then lays it back in field to Alfie Doherty. Challenge won by Lancaster, but then Doherty recovers the ball and pokes it back to his back line. Whitby retained the ball on this left-hand side. Colby Shepherd lays it in to Stephen Walker. Stephen Walker turning. Fantastic turn from the big number 9. Playing ever so well this afternoon. And that's the commentator's course right there. Stephen Walker just blazes the ball out for a goal kick. Absolutely near nobody. I do apologise, Stephen. Goal kick to be taken by Kieran Flavel. Nearly half an hour gone here at the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground. Not too much in terms of chances of Park Avenue. We have seen a fantastic save by Kieran Flavel from what was an effort of Nathan Thomas. Nathan Thomas with arguably the 3 best chances of the game so far, blazing 2 past the post of Flavel and 1 a great save from the on-rushing one-on-one goalkeeper on loan from Barnsley. As the ball goes forward from Daniel Rowe and rolls all the way through to Park Avenue's number 1, who rolls it out to Riley de centre now. De centre plays it back to his goalkeeper and shifts it out now to Jacob Lara on the right-hand side of the back 2 centre halves. He looks forward, trying to play it somewhere towards Mayoko and Hopper. Mayoko nicks it off Shepherd there, and that's a handball surely from the referee, not given, but Thibault picks up the ball, and now to Jordan Preston, who whips the ball across towards the penalty area on the floor, and that's cleared. That looked like handball, but the referee looks like he said he played advantage, but he didn't seem to signal advantage. Ball goes up for a Bradford Park Avenue throw in to be taken by Dunstan, who goes down the line looking for Thibault. What can he do? Can he in his side a corner, battling well with Shepherd. Shepherd does really well to clear and get in front of his man. Only as far as Lara, who cannons the ball back into that same corner. And Shepherd's all over Thibault there. I mean, he was bundled into the floor, and he's given the foul have Conor Ledgeway. Apologies for the language there. Just questioning the linesman's ability of seeing George Smith. Adrian Thibault. Just getting wrestled there by Colby Shepherd it was, and free kick to be taken just about 5-6 yards in from the corner flag. Again, apologies for the language. But he was bundled to the fore rugby style there. One for Bradford Bulls, that. Jake Daniels to take the free kick, loops it into the area, hung over towards the back stick. Jacob Lara just jumped a little bit too early, but the ball comes out to the edge of the area where Hopper, what can he do? Ball bouncing around, trying to be cleared by Harrison Beeden. But it comes out onto the right-hand side now for Daniels, who fires it hard and low across the area. Chance for Preston. Shot. Oh, Bradford Park Avenue! Preston rifles the ball into the top left-hand corner, and Park Avenue lead 1-0 here. Fantastic to see. Great chance taken by Jordan Preston, who first time rifled the ball side foot into the top left-hand corner to give Park Avenue the lead here. Great to see. Preston. 32nd minute goal for Park Avenue's number 10, and he took it ever so well. Free kick originally came in from Jake Daniels. Daniels swung it into the area. It was a dangerous ball. Lara got up at the back stick, but got up just a little bit too early. I think it was headed away by captain Daniel Rowe, only as far as Jake Daniels, who whipped in the ball again, hard and low. It was attempted to be cleared by Harrison Beeden, and that ball just fell to around the penalty area, sat perfectly for the on-rushing Jordan Preston, who rifled the ball, smashed it. Left Shane Bland in the goal of Whitby Town, left standing, and gives Bradford Park Avenue the lead here on the east coast of Yorkshire. Whitby Town 0, Bradford Park Avenue 1. And we're back underway here. But lost in the middle of the park by Lancaster. Mundell looking forwards, and it's intercepted well by Jacob Lara because Stephen Walker was bearing down on him. And is that a foul? There it is. Jake Daniels just impeded by Priestley Griffiths. And he's evidently not happy about that with his body language. Probably lucky to get away without going into the referee's book with a little bit of dissent there from Priestley Griffiths. We'll let him off this time. Daniel Rowe just not quite happy with that decision from the referee. Free kick taken short by O'Malley down the line to Jake Daniels. And Daniels tries to play the ball over to this right-hand side. There's a slip from Max Howes, which allows Lucas Johnson just to pick the ball up with a little bit more time and room, but ends up having to turn back towards his own goal. Looks to play a ball back to Lancaster, and a chip ball over. Oof. Spin nearly did Shane Bland there. Nearly wrong-footed himself. Adrian Thibault putting pressure on the goalkeeper, and a great kick out from Shane Bland again. Lovely to see that style of goalkeeper kick, just sideways, scything it, flat ball forward, but plenty of distance on it. Ball does go out for a Whitby Town throw-in, halfway into their own half on this left-hand side to be taken by Colby Shepherd. 35th minute we are in here at the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground. Park Avenue leading currently 1-0 through Jordan Preston, who took his goal ever so well. First time finished with his right foot, inside of the foot. As Lucas Dunson just attempts to clear the ball, puts it about 30 yards into the air and 10 yards behind him, out for a Whitby Town throw-in just inside their half. Shepherd gets it underway. Ten minutes to go here in regular time of the first half. Shepherd throws it infield now, up to Stephen Walker, down the line to Max Howes on this left-hand side. Just on the edge of the halfway line now is Junior Mundell, who lays it back to his captain, Daniel Rowe. Great pressure by Will Lancaster means that Rowe has to play the ball long forward, only as far as Lucas Dunstan, and the Hopper, who plays it back down the line towards Daniel Rowe, then pressed by Thibault this time, and got a bit of fire in the belly now, Bradford Park Avenue. Oh, Harrison Hopper needs to be careful there. It was a good, fair challenge on Howes. Howes looks just to be feeling it. But Hopper does need to be careful in terms of committing two challenges like that. 50-50 challenge. Won the ball fairly, but with some force. But Howes now seems to be okay. Driving on this left-hand side. One-on-one with the Dunstan. Chips it infield. What can he do? Dancing now to the left. And is that a penalty? Referee says no. Now there's discontent from Junior Mundell. All of the Whitby Town following. All the Whitby Town players But referee Conor Ledgway says, no, I'd like to have another look back at that one, but it looked like he was potentially looking for contact. Great challenge by Jacob Grattan. Throwing to be taken by Bradford Park Avenue down deep on the left-hand side. Mason O'Malley to say halfway into the Whitby Town half, and still grumbles and rumbles in terms of Max Howell, going down from that challenge from Jacob Lara there. Jinked inside right from Lucas Anderson, got away from him and then knocked it back left past Jacob Lara, and I think Lara just stood his ground, but Thibault now on the left-hand side with a bit of room for Park Avenue. What can he do? Can't quite win himself a corner. It does go out for a goal kick. Bit of argy-bargy between Thibault and Priestley Griffiths over on that right-hand side. Referee steps in, intervenes with it straight away and says, no more of that, please. Goal kick to be taken by Shane Bland. Ashton United now lead 2-0 at home to Gainsborough Trinity. Atherton Collieries 1-0 up at home to FC United of Manchester. Ilkeston 1, Hyde United 1. But of course the goal and the score that matters most here is Bradford Park Avenue leading 1-0 away at Whitby Town. That's the one that we all care about. Walker now shifts the ball out onto the right-hand side, and I've cursed him. I must have cursed him at the time, because ever since I've said that Stephen Walker's having a fantastic game, he's now booted the ball clean out of play twice. Nobody near that one in terms of Whitby Town. Nobody near that one in terms of anybody. I nearly hit that all the way down to Filey. Out for a throw-in, Mason O'Malley to take. Down the line, little push in the back of Jake Daniels, not enough to warrant a free kick, and eventually thudded forward by the boot of Mason O'Malley. Won well by Jacob Lara in the middle of the park. Are the seconds, but Whitby pick it up. Mundell linking up with Grattan. Great challenge from Jake Daniels just to poke the ball out wide to Griffiths. But picked up again by Grattan. Now Junior Mundell just on the corner of the area on the right-hand side. Does well to hold off Lancaster and Hopper. Keep the ball for his side. Potential for a shot on goal, hard low from it was Nathan Thomas though. Plenty of shots this afternoon for Whitby Town's number 10. That one hit hard and low. Just got to be careful of the bobble there, but Kieran Flavel watched it all the way into his hands. Comfortably fell on top of the ball and cuddled it. As he drops the ball and lays it in front of him. Thuds it downfield with his left boot. Won well by Daniel Rowe, the armband of Whitby Town, but then sent all the way back towards the back line by Mason O'Malley. Little pull on the back of Colby Shepherd there. Just challenging Ed Miyoko. Calls of handball from the Whitby Town fans, but it clearly came off the shoulder. Jordan Preston does really well to win the ball back off Jacob Grattan, off Adrian Thibault. And Thibault, moving ball there, referee, thank you. Pull that one back as Jacob Grattan just looked to try and get things started quickly down the right-hand side, looking for the run of Priestley Griffiths, who had got himself free of Jake Daniels. There would have been a chance for an overload on the right-hand side for Whitby Town, but ball clearly moving along. Can't take that free kicks there. Shane Bland comes out of his goal to take. Grafton just holding his chest, shoulder, something, his body. Ball forward by Bland now over the head of Daniel Rowe and in towards Howells. Howells one-on-one with Dunson. Dunson's really well against Howells in terms of guarding him, but he cleared it, but the ball will end up back at Howells' feet now. Dunson on his back, and Dunson with a clear push through the back of the 7 of Whitby Town. Howells just seemed to appear to ask for a card there. He can't do that anymore, of course. I think he quickly realised that and almost looked like he was stretching or perhaps yawning out on this left-hand side. Free kick to be taken by Whitby Town. Priestley Griffiths comes across from the right-back position to all the way to this left wing to put an in-swinging ball into the area. It looks like one-man wall of Jordan Preston set up by Kieran Flavel. Chance of Seasider come once more by Whitby Town in the 41st minute. Ball whipped in by Griffiths all the way to the back post, looking for Howells, and it runs all the way over the number 7 and out for a goal kick of Bradford Park Avenue. Not going to mention the table as of yet. Don't want to get too giddy. I did that last week and it came back to haunt me. So we'll just look away from the Northern Premier League table as it stands. Plenty of football here to be played on the East Coast. Park Avenue taking their only real chance of the afternoon through a fantastic finish from Jordan Preston, who hit it high into the left-hand side of the goal, leaving the goalkeeper, Shane Bland, stood static. Now Junior Mundell driving into the Park Avenue half from the halfway line. He looks like he might have a shot. Great block by Jacob Lara. Blocks the first effort, but it goes back to Junior Mundell, who feeds it out left now to Max Howells. Howells again facing up with Lucas Dunstan. Dances. Goes really well done to the byline. Ball across the area. Goal! Whitby Town. And it's that man, Nathan Thomas. He's been looking for one all afternoon. I believe that's his fifth, potentially sixth shot. And Nathan Thomas puts the ball into the back of the net from around 4 yards to make the score 1-1 here. Whitby Town 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1. 42nd minute goal from Nathan Thomas. Probably just the first time Max Howells has the beating of Lucas Dunstan. We've seen him cut back almost every single time, but that time he cut back, then cut once more down towards the byline. Was right on the edge, cut the ball back with his left foot, and it just went over the head of Jacob Lara. Fell just inside the 6-yard box to the onrushing run of Nathan Thomas, who thundered the ball home to make it honours even here at the Tow Bar Express Stadium. 1-1 the score between Whitby Town and Bradford Park Avenue. Jake Daniels now looking to go down the left-hand side for Park Avenue. That one does go out of play. Thrown to be taken by Priestley Griffiths, who goes down the line for goal scorer Nathan Thomas. Hooks the ball over its head. Cut well by Riley DeSena, but won in the middle of the park by Alfie Doherty, who's driving forward now. Whitby with the wind in their sails. Potential shot opens out for him. Doesn't opt for it. Now to Howells, who's just in a similar position to where he got an assist from last time. Again, jinking, dancing, not touching the ball, but just dropping the shoulder, allowing Lucas Dunstan to make the decision for him almost. But the ball now arc out to Doherty, who loops the ball into the area and headed, won by Nathan Thomas, but over the bar of Kieran Flavel. And I think Park Avenue probably would like that half-time whistle to come now. 2 minutes of regular time to come. Just need to get back in those changing rooms and reset. Danny Whitaker with some tactics and some words to say at half-time. Park Avenue have done well up to this point. Have to say that Whitby Town with the more chances in the game. Like I mentioned, Nathan Thomas with 5 or 6 efforts on goal, probably 6 or 7 now with that header over the bar. He was the man that found the back of the net for the Seasiders. Flavel just drops the ball down onto the ground again and kicks it long, looking for Preston, who clearly got a push in the back there from Harrison Beeden. We'll go out for a Bradford Park Avenue throw in, as we'll see 1 minute added here. I mean, there's still another minute of regular time to play, as far as I'm aware. We're in the 44th minute at the moment. Long thrown down the line from Priestley Griffiths to Riley DeSena, who cuts it, heads it forwards, picked up by Junior Mundell, and out onto this left-hand side again now, and Howells is growing in confidence, you can clearly see, cuts inside. Could have had a penalty earlier, potentially, but he got himself an assist just 10 minutes later. Hopper combining with the Dunstan now. Dunstan finds himself almost in a central defensive midfield area, looks to try and play a ball forward, looping, looking for Jake Daniels. What can he do? Captain Daniel Rowe of Whitby Town smashes the ball high into the sky. Header won by Harrison Hopper, 10 yards into the Whitby Town half. Ball cannon forward, great chest control by Stephen Walker, lays it out onto this left-hand side, and it's Howells again, facing up with Lucas Dunstan. What can he do? Step over, 1 step over, 2 step over, cuts it edge of the box. Junior Mundell just couldn't quite get a hold of that effort on goal and ends up just chipping it up into the air, allowing Kieran Flavel to come out and collect high. Now we've seen all 45 minutes played here in the first half. 1 minute here of additional time to play, just confirmed by the man on the tannoy, or the public service announcement on the right of me. Long ball forward played by Flavel, looking for Jake Daniels. Daniels now flicking it onto Thibault, but cleared well by Daniel Rowe, and Harrison Hopper just going down under the challenge of, I think it was Jacob Grattan there. Just a little bit of a scream. I don't think he's done too much damage. Just feeling his ankle, Harrison Hopper, but he gets up. Referee did give the foul in the end, about 5 yards into the Bradford Park Avenue half. Kieran Flavel coming all the way out of his goal to take. You feel like this will be the last action of the first half of Northern Premier League action here at the Tow Bar Express Stadium. Flavel just lining it up, seeing what he can do. 6 seconds left of the additional time, a minimum additional time. Long ball played forward by Flavel. What can he do towards the area? Header won well by Daniel Rowe, but out for a throw-in. And that is the half-time whistle blown by Connor Ledgway, the official. Now, an exciting first half of Northern Premier League football here. Bradford Park Avenue did really well to take the lead with their only real chance of the game so far. It was Jordan Presson who fired the ball into the area after a free kick was taken out on this right-hand side by Jake Daniels. That was clear, but fell back to Daniels' feet, fired the ball into the area, hard and low. That wasn't quite cleared, fell to the penalty spot. And Jordan Preston with a right foot, side-footed effort, smashed the ball into the top left-hand corner. And Bradford Park Avenue led for all of 10 minutes. Jordan Preston scored in the 32nd, and it was Nathan Thomas who's had plenty of efforts on goal, or in and around the goal, should I say, this afternoon so far. Nathan Thomas with probably around 6 efforts on goal. He scored in the 42nd minute. It was Max Howells who did all the work, in fact, for Whitby Town out on this left-hand side, dancing against Lucas Dunstan. You've seen him all half almost cut back and try and look for a ball into the area. This time he cut back towards the byline, chipped the ball across with his left foot. It went over the head of Jacob Lara, and Nathan Thomas was there to hit home from around 3 yards to pull Whitby Town level. Another big talking point in the half was a challenge from Jacob Lara. On it was Max Howells, who's been in plenty of the action this afternoon. He danced inside, did really well to beat Lucas Dunstan, then touched the ball back in towards the area. Beat Jacob Lara in terms of the ball past him. Went down under contact from Lara, but the referee waved that one away and said no penalty. So the score here in Northern Premier League action at the Tow Bar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground is Whitby Town 1, Bradford Park Avenue 0. I'll be back live in around 10 to 15 minutes for the second half. I look forward to seeing you then. I'm Arthur Difford. This is Bradford Park Avenue 1, Whitby Town 1. Back live here on the east coast of Yorkshire. Whitby Town 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1, currently in Northern Premier League football. Jordan Preston scoring a fantastic goal to give Park Avenue the lead before Nathan Thomas pulled one back for the Seasiders. As we see a little bit of Fleetwood Matt behind me, I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but I'm certainly enjoying it. Both teams back out in the middle of the pitch. Here comes referee Conor Ledgway with the ball in his hand. Both teams will be looking just to develop on their first half performances. No changes to speak of as of yet. Harrison Hopper in the book for Park Avenue. Harrison Beeden in the book for Whitby Town. Yellow card apiece. Quickly running through the scores elsewhere in the division at half-time. Ashton United 2, Gainsborough Trinity 0. Atherton Collieries 1, FC United of Manchester 0. Basford United 0, Matlock 0. Ilkeston 1, Hyde United 1. Marine 0, Guiseley 0. Morpeth 0, Lancaster 0. Stafford Rangers losing 3-0 at home to Radcliffe. Warrington Rylands 0, Bamber Bridge 0. And the score here at the Tomar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground. A bit of a mouthful, that one. 1-1 between Whitby Town and Bradford Park Avenue. We're back underway here for the second half. Worksop 0, Macclesfield 0, the other result in the division. Quick start from Park Avenue down the right hand side, looking for a Dunstan here. Plays a backheel ball to Eddie Mayoko inside the area. What can he do? Intercepted, well done by Daniel Rowe. But cleared only as far as Will Lancaster, who just chops and turns just to get away from Junior Mundell, but his long ball forward will just run on through to Shane Bland in the goal of Whitby Town. He plays a ball out onto this left-hand side. Great touch by goal scorer Nathan Thomas, who looks to release number 9 Stephen Walker. Mason O'Malley steps in, but it goes back to Nathan Thomas, who plays a 1-2 with Priestley Griffiths. Ball into the area by Thomas now. Flicked on, falls to Whitby Town at the back, and that's a great opportunity for Max Howells, who just got the ball stuck underneath his feet. He was free almost on the edge of the 6-yard box, sorry. And you felt like it was easier for him to score than not there. He just friendly poked it into the hands of Kieran Flavel. And the score remains 1-1. Big chance there early in the second half for Whitby Town. Perhaps he had a couple of pints at half time, because you'd think that the young man would be scoring that one. The Dunstan gets us underway, throws the ball back to Lara, and then lays it back to a Dunstan, who then goes back to Lara, and Lara was just a little bit asleep there, and Howells presses him. Lara thunders the ball off the backside of the pressing winger of Whitby Town. Bit of pushing and shoving between Thibault and Daniel Rowe. Daniel Rowe ends up throwing himself to the floor. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Park Avenue do win themselves a throw-in on that right-hand side. The Dunstan captain of Park Avenue with the ball in his hands. Throws it infield to Preston, who does really well to keep the ball. But Thibault receives it, and it's smashed off Thibault by Colby Shepherd and out for a Whitby Town throw. Referee just telling him to go back. Quick run through the teams, last names only. In goal for Whitby, Bland, then there's Griffiths, Shepherds, Grattan, Rose the captain, Beeden, Howells, Doherty, Walker, goal scorer Thomas and Mundell. As we're underway here, second half action. Harrison Hopper shifts the ball now to the left hand side. Mason O'Malley with a bit of room in front of him, lays it to Preston, who's got room on the edge of the area. Will it fall to him? Tries to cut inside, laid almost for a volley, but great press from captain Daniel Rowe. Preston's ball out onto the right hand side now. Finds Mayoko, cuts inside. Mayoko, left footed effort. Great save by Shane Bland. Dive into the left hand side, and that stayed in play. Somehow, no, it didn't. It went out for a corner. But great effort cutting inside from the right hand side from Eddie Mayoko. Hit a left footed shot, looking for that right hand bottom corner, but a strong hand from Shane Bland. Strong hand from Shane Bland. That one works. Down to his left hand side, pushes the ball out for a corner to be taken by Jake Daniels. Good chance for Park Avenue. Early in the second half, 48th minute. We are in here. Good chance for either side. Ball swung in by Daniels into the area. Strong punch by Bland once more, and releases Priestley Griffiths, who looks to play the ball down the line towards Howells. It bounces off the back of a Dunstan. Howells driving now. 2-on-2. Howells, if you can shift it out to this left-hand side. Great challenge by Lucas Dunstan to poke it away from him. And O'Malley shifts the ball out onto this left-hand side now to Preston, who's got a bit of room. Can he poke it past Jacob Grattan? He can. He's driving forward now down the left-hand side, looking to drive into the area. No, just stops before, lays it to the edge, but it's cut out by Alfie Doty. I will run through the Bradford Park Avenue lineup in just a moment as the ball is played down the line by Whitby Town, held up by goal scorer Nathan Thomas, who does ever so well to hold off the challenge from Australian defender Riley DeSena. And Thomas still with the ball. Advantage played by the referee, and his ball is unfortunately poor for Whitby Town. Won't go further than Lucas Dunstan, who goes forward to Lancaster. And Lancaster with the ball in behind for Thibault, and that one looked close. But the flag is up on that far side from Thomas Shepperton. Quickly run through the Bradford Park Avenue lineup, then last names only. In goal, Kieran Flavel, captain Lucas Dunstan, Mason O'Malley, Lancaster, Lara, DeSena, Mayoko, Hopper, Thibault, goal scorer Preston, and Daniels on the bench for Park Avenue. Johnson, Colville, Osadibe, and Lavelle. The bench for Whitby Town is Smith, Fuster, Greaves, Haswell, and Wheatley. Shane Bland thunders the ball forward. Bounces off the head of Jake Daniels and out for a throw in about 10 or 15 yards into the Park Avenue half on this right hand side. Priestley Griffiths throws it infield to Nathan Thomas. Little triangle from Thomas, Grattan, Priestley, Griffiths. And here's Thomas on the right hand side. Heavy touch from him. Mason O'Malley just chips it down the line, and great control from Jake Daniels. His ball forward looking for Adrian Thibault. Won't quite make it to him. It will run through to Harrison Bean, who tries to play the ball down the line, but into the clutches of goalkeeper Kieran Flavel. Who swings his left boot through the ball, but only as far as Colby Shepherd on that far side, the left-hand side, that is, of Whitby Town. Park Avenue shooting from right to left from my perspective in this half. Pushing the back from Daniel Rowe there on Adrian Thibault, receiving the ball from a pass from Lucas Dunstan, foul not given. But the ball will eventually go out of play just around 5 yards into the Park Avenue half from a long ball from, I think it was Daniel Rowe in the end. Wasteful from the captain of Whitby. And Dunstan sends it down the line towards Thibault, and this time Thibault is punished for a push in the back. 51 minutes played, 1-0. Oh, sorry. It's not 1-0. 1-all. 1-all, sorry. Score here on the East Coast. Whitby 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1 at the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull grounds. I'm never going to get tired of saying that, I don't think. 7 words for one stadium. Ball forward by Bland. Linking up on the left-hand side is Howells now. Seen him do ever so well, growing in confidence in that first half. Got himself an assist, potentially wanted a penalty, but that was waved away by a referee. But the ball's won back by a Dunstan, and now a chance for a break for Park Avenue. A Dunstan drives infield, plays the ball to Jordan Preston. Preston, with plenty of time, takes the ball across the halfway line, shifts it out to Jake Daniels now. And Jake Daniels, the man with the ball at his feet. What can he do? Drives further down the line. What can he do? Cuts back inside. Goes down under pressure. The ball's cleared out for a throw in by Alfie Doherty. Just Daniels perhaps hoping to do a little bit more. Mason O'Malley just waiting for the ball to travel to him from the dugout of Whitby Town, as that ball did leave the stadium. I'm not saying the stadium name again for a while. O'Malley back to Daniels. Daniels pokes it forward to Lancaster, drops the shoulder. Lancaster, great feet from the ex-Barnsley product. This ball is cut out and run really well by Nathan Thomas. I thought he played a ball forward towards Stephen Walker. I thought was in an offside position, but he wasn't flagged for it. And head injury given for a challenge from Howells on Lucas Dunstan. There's a few chuckles from the Whitby Town faithful. Didn't quite think that was a foul. I think he probably just leant across him. Lucas Dunstan went down clutching his face. He's back now, the man with the armband for Park Avenue. All red strip for Park Avenue this afternoon. Lovely looking away strip. Referee Conor Ledgway looks like he'll just drop the ball at the feet of Jacob Lara, and we're back underway here. Kieran Flavel now at the ball at his feet. Shifts the ball over to this left-hand side. What can Jake Daniels do? He leaves it, opts to go for Jordan Preston, who recovered the ball. Back to Mason O'Malley on the halfway line on this left-hand side. He smashes the ball off the underside of the boot of Priestley Griffiths. Throwing. O'Malley into Daniels. Daniels back to O'Malley, and once more O'Malley just plays the ball off the underside of Jacob Grattan, it was this time, and out for a Park Avenue throw just inside the half of Whitby Town. O'Malley with the ball forward. Clearance not quite convincing from Doherty. Preston, the goal scorer this afternoon, picks up the ball, shifts it out onto the right-hand side now for Lucas Dunstan, who just falls over the ball, unfortunately. Loses it out. Howell's now driving forward, shrugged off by Eddie Mayoka. Great show of strength. Complains for a foul, but Jacob Lara with a turn in the middle of the park loses the ball. Danny Whitaker just waving his arms around, not too happy with the Salford City loan either, giving away the ball cheaply. Ball goes long by Bland, looking for Howells, but covered by Dunstan, who turns one way, turns the other, drives forward down the right-hand side now. Jordan Preston on either side, doing plenty of work. The goal scorer today plays a 1-2 off Lucas Dunstan. Great ball forward. Hopper flicks it on for Eddie Mayoko, cuts inside, just inside the area now. What can Mayoko do? Lays it over to this left-hand side for Mason O'Malley. It opens up for O'Malley, who puts a ball in towards the back stick. Header won by Colby Shepherd. Cleared away to the edge of the area. Great touchdown by Will Lancaster. Only as wide to Mason O'Malley, who shifts it on to Jake Daniels, and Daniels does ever so well there to win his side of throwing. Ball was definitely run out of play, just smashed his back heel into it, and it flew off Priestley Griffiths out for a Bradford Park Avenue throw-in. Just level with the edge of the area. Thibault receives the throw-in and definitely receives a push in the back. Referee doesn't want to give that one. That looked like a definite foul, but the referee does give a corner to Bradford Park Avenue on this left-hand side. Harrison Beeden, the man that went through the back of Thibault, but also the man that conceded a corner for Whitby Town. We're in the 56th minute here. 1-1 the score between Whitby Town and Bradford Park Avenue. Daniels to take it in, swinging delivery. He does. He puts it in towards Lara, and Lara just tries to poke the ball goalwards. But that one just trickles out of play, nowhere near the goal of Shane Bland. Basford United are currently losing at home to Matlock Town. 1-0 the score there at Basford. Warrington Rylands leading at home to Bamber Bridge now. I believe that's all of the goal changes across the division since I last mentioned them. Big goal kick played for by Bland, cut out by DeSena. Great touch forward by Jordan Preston. Will Lancaster can't quite get on that second ball, and Lucas Dunstan then charges out to the clearance from Priestley Griffiths, smashes it forward. Lancaster wins the header, plays it into a Preston. Preston threads it down the left-hand side to Daniels, cuts inside. What can Daniels do? Tries to poke it into the area. Thibault, turn, shot! Great save by Shane Bland. Fantastic work by Thibault. Had to get up off the floor to get that shot on goal. Did ever so well to spin his man, keep the ball under the Bradford Park Avenue spell. Shane Bland bowls it out to the left-hand side to Howells, but it's cut out by a Dunstan. What can he do? He needs to release the ball, otherwise he might lose it. Does really well to hold off, in fact, against the challenge of Colby Shepherd. Now Mayoko has it, halfway into the half of Whitby Town, and Mayoko loses it. Ball chipped over by Mundell to Stephen Walker, takes it round Kieran Flavell. Flavell far out of his goal, chipped over to the left-hand side, all the way over the run of Nathan Thomas. Goalkeeper just recovered into his net, but Thomas inside the box, dancing, shot on goal, hard, low, saved by Flavell. And DeSena eventually pokes the ball away clear. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Junior Mundell played the ball in behind for the run of Stephen Walker. Kieran Flavell came bundling out of his goal. Stephen Walker poked it past him, but all the way down the left-hand side, not in a shootable position, but Flavell carried on following him, running. Fair play to the Park Avenue number one. Ball came over across to the back stick from Walker, and he had too much on it to find the run of Nathan Thomas at the back. Thomas eventually did have a shot on goal, saved by Flavell, but that ball did eventually come clear as the ball goes out for a throw-in just past the halfway line for Bradford Park Avenue, and that was a heart-in-mouth moment for the West Yorkshire side. Smile on the face of Kieran Flavell now, but I'd imagine he was probably panicking when he saw the run of number 9, Whitby Town, Stephen Walker, poking it past him down the left-hand side. Park Avenue under possession of the ball around halfway line. Harrison Hopper with plenty of time and space on the ball. Just directing traffic, telling Jacob Lara, just drop in a little bit for me, please. Preston wins his side of throwing, just in front of the dugout of Danny Whitaker. Eda Mayoko takes it, throws it back to captain Dunstan. Great first touch and change of pace by a Dunstan who's driving in field now, still going as a Dunstan. Can he keep hold of the ball? No, he can't. Jacob Grattan keeps it, but then Hopper wins the second ball, falls to Daniels, about 30 yards out from goal, shifts it out into this left-hand side to O'Malley, bobbling ball. Can't quite keep the ball away from Grattan, who wins it back for his side, Whitby Town, posts it back to Priestley Griffiths, and Griffiths just turns and makes Jake Daniels dump in the air. No ball played by Griffiths. But that time he did poke it forward, and only as far as Riley DeSena, who stamped the ball down into Will Lancaster. Ball now on the right-hand side for Park Avenue. Thibault fields it back to Lancaster, who's under pressure, and fouled there by Junior Mundell over on that right-hand side. Almost level with the edge of the area of Whitby Town. Jake Daniels just strolling over from this left-hand side. Now he gets into a little brisk jog. Going over to take this set piece. We saw a set piece from him in the first half, lead to the goal of Bradford Park Avenue. It looks like we'll see our first sub of the afternoon here with a Whitby Town change. Max Howells, the man with the assist, had a good game. All of 60 minutes has the young man. He comes off in the 60th minute to be replaced by Aaron Haswell. First confirmation of that change. Howells off, Aaron Haswell on. Now Daniels with the ball into the area, loops it towards the back stick. Great ball, tempting. No Park Avenue man attempting to get that towards the goal, and it runs out all the way for a goal kick, despite the challenges of Jordan Preston. What's she say? I've just been threatened by a lady in the Whitby Town crowd for saying that I get too excited when Bradford Park Avenue go forward. I'd be in the wrong job if I wasn't. Ball loop forward now. Junior Mondale wins the header. Great ball inside. Here's Haswell, the substitute. Shifts it out onto the left-hand side. Shepherd now with the ball at his feet. Puts it out onto the left again. Here is Doherty. Doherty with the ball. Chance to put it into the area. Does hard and low. Junior Mondale was close to that, but Lara was there first. Dunstan attempts to get it clear, but only as far as the midriff of Grattan, who keeps hold of the ball for Whitby Town, halfway inside the half of Bradford Park Avenue. Ball towards the back stick. Header won by goal scorer Nathan Thomas, but it'll go out for a goal kick comfortably to the right-hand side of Kieran Flavel's goal. Flavel just barking orders, telling Mason O'Malley, we'll go to the other side, please. Looks like he'll shift that kick over to the right. 62 minutes gone here at, go on then, the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground. Long ball forward by Flavel into Tebow's feet. Tebow lays it to Preston, and Preston's pass is cool. Ooh, it's loose. Ball played over to this right-hand side now. Nathan Thomas bearing down on it, one-on-one with O'Malley. Can he keep it in? Nathan O'Malley with a great challenge. That will go out for a throw just by the corner flag for Whitby Town. We'll see Harrison Bede and the centre-half go up to take a long throw for Whitby Town. Crowd going again here on the East Coast. Seasiders for the team in all blue. Long thrown into the box by Bede, and looking for captain Daniel Rogue. Eventually cleared by Lancaster. Good press by Park Avenue. Ball put through all the way up to the edge of the area by Priestley Griffiths. Lara tries to win the ball, does win the ball to Mayoko. Thibault now pressing on Shepherd. Shepherd just puts the foot through the ball. Only as far as Daniel Rowe. Great challenge from Will Lancaster. All ball there. But Whitby Town keep the ball. Going forward for Junior Mundell. Mundell with a flick inside. Lara did really well to get his head to that. Otherwise, you feel like Stephen Walker may have been going on to that. But that time, handball given against Whitby Town. I think it was substitute Aaron Haswell punished for that one. Halfway into the Park Avenue half. Flavel will come all the way out of his goal. To take this one. I think when will first team head coach Danny Whitaker resort to his bench? Options on his bench: Leon Johnson, Harry Colville, Ted Lavelle, and Chinedu Osadibe. Osadibe, the man that scored in the reverse fixture in what was also a 1-1 draw back earlier in the season. 1-1 the score currently here. Whitby Town 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1. Fantastic goal from Jordan Preston to give Park Avenue the lead. But that lead only lasted 10 minutes after Nathan Thomas scored from about 3 yards out, thundered the ball into the back of the net. Now Harrison Hopper has the ball, loses it unfortunately to Haswell. Shifts it out onto Alfred Doherty and now onto this right-hand side where Priestley Griffiths has room to run, takes it over the halfway line for Whitby, looks down the line to Nathan Thomas. Thomas standing up, Mason O'Malley driving towards him. O'Malley gets his foot in there, but the ball will go out for a Whitby Town corner ball on this right-hand side. Just opened up plenty of room for a combination of Griffiths and Thomas on this right-hand side, but Mason O'Malley did really well to poke that ball free from the goal scorer. Big men forward now. Only Jordan Preston outside the box in terms of Bradford Park Avenue. The ball's looped in by Shepherd towards that backstick area. Nobody there in terms of Whitby Town. Headed clear by Lancaster, then flicked on by Preston. Here's Jake Daniels. Jake Daniels with a little spin, gets away from his man, but fantastic challenge from Rowe. But the ball will end up going all the way to Preston. Fantastically cut out by Jacob Grattan. That was a must for the Whitby Town man. And now he's trying to kickstart the Whitby Town attack. He's driving forward. Can he get a shot on goal that opens up for him on the edge of the area? He does shoot, and it goes wide of the left-hand side of the goal. Great work by Jacob Grattan, Whitby Town's number 4 there, who won the ball back on halfway off Jordan Preston. I mean, what was a must-win challenge after Park Avenue were looking to break. He drove forward himself, opened up for the shot, but just didn't quite get the cleanest of connections to trouble Kieran Flavel in the goal of Park Avenue. '61st minute, Flavel smashes the ball forward, looking for Mayoko. Mayoko wins the header, but it's cleared eventually by Rowe. Forward, and we see a man down for Whitby Town after a challenge with a Dunstan. Just looks to be clutching his ankle. A little bit of a discomfort here. I believe it is Stephen Walker who's on the ball. No, it's not. It's Colby Shepherd who went down, I think. Quite far away from me on that far side, but a Dunstan takes the throw in halfway line. Whitby Town fans not quite happy with how much ground he managed to gain there. Ball comes free, just 10 yards into the half of Whitby Town. Mason O'Malley with the opportunity to drive forward. Whitby Town sitting off the number 3 of Park Avenue. Shifts it out to Daniels. Daniels with a looping ball over to the back stick. And it's come out and collected well by Shane Bland, who looks to get the counter-attack started now for Whitby Town. Oh, it's poor touch by Stephen Walker. And Whitby Town fans not happy with that one from their number 9, who's played all right today, in fairness, and he wins the ball back now. Links up well, win the far side with Jacob Grattan. Whitby Town just keep the ball now in the Park Avenue half. Options looking forward. What can Haswell do? Haswell lays it over to Junior Mundell, and then he opts to go back to his right back, Priestley Griffiths, who works it down the line. Great work by Mason O'Malley to cut that ball out away from goal scorer Thomas, and then he's flipped over but got away from Thomas, and now Thomas has just gone down holding his Achilles by it looks on his right side. Just sat on the deck is the goal scorer for Whitby Town, and it looks like the referee will stop play after it went out for a throw-in on that far side for Whitby Town. Just in front of the dugout of Danny Whitaker. Nathan Thomas just on his back, just holding his knees at the moment. Not quite sure what's going on. Referee says no treatment needed for the Whitby Town winger, as it seems to have just got a little bit colder here. Breeze has picked up, sun's definitely disappeared. I think that we left that in West Yorkshire. As Nathan Thomas gets back to his feet and the referee says, let's go again please. Now the man on the public service announcement, almost mocking me now, pulls a nice hat out of his pocket. Got to remember it is still March. Mason O'Malley now with the ball halfway inside his own half, up room to drive again. They're just sitting off Mason at the moment, and it's dangerous when he can combine with Jake Daniels, who we've seen is a fantastic creator in terms of attacking moves, but he opts to go backwards this time to Lancashire, and he goes back to Flavel. Flavel's long ball forward finds Colby Shepherd, and Shepherd's nod forward finds Grattan, and Grattan just sort of just sits on the ball. I'm not quite sure you can do that. But advantage was played by the referee. Wasteful ball by Grattan in the end, only goes as far as Mason O'Malley, who looks to play a ball out onto this right hand side, and Dunson's got some work to do to get out to that one, but he does so. Lancaster City now trailing by 2-0 away at Morpeth Town. Oh, and Lara, gee, scared the life out of me as he played the ball back to goalkeeper Kieran Flavel. Just played it almost under the foot of Stephen Walker. Don't mind seeing that. Long ball forward, attempted to be cleared by Daniel Rowe, but Rowe with not the cleanest of contacts skews that ball out for a throw in just in front of Danny Whittaker's dugout once more. Lucas Dunstan just walking up the line to take. It'd be great to see Park Avenue just show a little bit more impetus. Just try and get a few more efforts on goal. We saw Eddie Miyoko early in the first 3 minutes of the second half produce a fine save out of goalkeeper Shane Bland, who had to dive low to his left-hand side. Since then, we haven't seen too much in terms of Park Avenue opportunities. Dunstan finds Mayoko's feet this time, but Mayoko loses out. It's the midfield of Whitby Town. Combinations. Haswell, the man that won the ball, and earns his side a free kick, much to the ironic jeers and cheers of the Whitby Town faithful. '71st minute we are in now. Last 20 minutes of regular time here in Northern Premier League football. Shane Bland with the goal. Well, not a goal kick, a free kick, sorry. Forward. Riley de Senna just flicks it slightly on to fall through to Daniel Rowe. No, it was Harrison Beeden. Chance for another penalty. They wanted another one. Did Whitby Town, but they didn't get it this time either. Flavel goes long forward, looking for Daniels. What can he do? Can't quite win the ball, and the referee gives the throw in the other way, even though it looked like it came out from Whitby. And Junior Mundell saying, well, he doesn't look to be saying it too nicely, but I'm going to put it in nicely. I think, linesman, that could have been a penalty, but just to summarise what the number 11 of Whitby Town's saying, it was a flick on eventually won by de Senna, heading it the wrong way. Mason O'Malley couldn't get a hold of the ball, and the ball trickled through towards Flavel. There was a run by Harrison Bede in the centre half, and he ended up being bundled to the floor. Not too much contact, but be interesting to watch that one back. Whitby Town definitely wanted themselves a penalty there. Second penalty shout of the afternoon for the Seasiders. Second one denied. Gutting for them. O'Malley now with a throwing down the line just over the head of Daniels. Won by Priestley Griffiths forward. Jacob Lara gets there first, but only as far as Riley de Senna, and the Australian pokes it out for a throw in. Nathan Thomas will pick it up, but leave the ball for the man that was just brought down in the area, Harrison Beeden. Daniel Rowe, the captain, gone up into the area. Beeden looks like he will aim for the captain with a long throw in into the area. He does, towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Push. Great punch by Flavel. Had to get there. Haswell picks up the ball on the edge. Now Mundell takes it off him. Shifted out onto the onto the left-hand side. Chip back to Mundell, who's inside the box. What can he do? Lays it back to the left-hand side. Ball in towards the back stick. Flavel comes out and claims. Jake Daniels has room in front of him. He wants to go to him, and he does. Took him a little bit of time, did Flavel, to find Daniels, but here is Daniels. Pokes it past Beeden. Beeden does ever so well to shepherd that towards. It wasn't Shepherd. Didn't shepherd it towards Shepherd. He shepherded it towards Griffiths, but Griffiths' ball's wasteful. Finds O'Malley. Great control by Jordan Preston. Beeden and Preston battling round, and Harrison Hopper gets one smack bang in the face. Looks stunned for a moment there, like he'd taken a hit. It was almost like Anthony Joshua and Gardio last weekend, that one. But he stood there and took it, and he's still standing. Here's Park Avenue's number 8. Park Avenue take the time in getting the ball back now. Riley de Senna keeps the ball in play. Goal kick given in the end. Given by George Smith. Kieran Flavel will slowly take his time as we see Ted Lavelle, I believe it is, getting changed and ready on that far side. As we'll see Park Avenue's first change of the afternoon in just a few moments. but I don't think it'll be before this goal kick's taken. Goal kick taken. Preston goes down, wants himself a free kick, doesn't get it. Ball's cleared only as far as Lara, and Lara's pressed down. Fantastic work by Haswell there, the substitute. It'll go all the way back to Flavel. Flavel plays a great ball down the line, but cut out well by the captain, Daniel Rowe. He heads it captain to captain. Dunstan picks the ball up. Here's Thibault. Not seen too much of Thibault. Of course, he did have a shot on goal himself in the half. Boosting a good save from Shane Bland after getting up off the deck to take a first-time effort at goal. Mason O'Malley now has the ball. Shifts it out to Daniels. Daniels keeps the ball inside. Tries to play it back down the line for O'Malley, but can't quite do it. Daniels now under pressure from Griffiths. Pokes it towards Hopper. And Park Avenue just need to be careful there. Descender probably takes the right option in terms of chipping it down the line. Can O'Malley keep it in? He can, and does really well to get inside. Can he take it past Griffiths? He can't. Griffiths just nicks it back off him. And Griffiths then cannons the ball off the thighs of Will Lancaster and out for a Whitby Town throw-in. Substitution, one for either side. We'll see Harrison Hopper leave the field now in the 75th minute. Round of applause from the Park Avenue faithful. They've travelled all the way over from the west side of Yorkshire. Yellow card this afternoon. Harrison Hopper got Ted Lavelle coming onto the field to replace him. Wearing number 16 this afternoon, Ted Lavelle, as we see Stephen Walker leave the field for Whitby Town. He's replaced by Bradley Fuster in what is now the 76th minute. Throw-in taken now down the line by Beesden. Junior Mundal, can he shift it over to that left-hand side? He can, and there's plenty of room now for Jacob Graham. What can he do? Just inside the area, challenge from Mayoko. Here's Haswell, again just inside the box. Can he get a ball across? He can, pokes it across the area. Chance for the substitute. Great challenge by Ted Lavelle, the substitute, and another block by DeSena, and that's an instant impact from Ted Lavelle, who stopped the other substitute, Bradley Fuster, from getting in what would definitely be a shot on goal there. And foul given, it's a late one. Plenty of groans from Whitby Town. It took the referee, what, about 4, 5, 6 seconds to decide whether Adrian Thibault had been impeded there on the halfway line, and turns out he had been. Free kick, halfway line for Bradford Park Avenue. Jacob Lara comes all the way up to take it. Fantastic work there from a combination of Ted Lavelle and Riley DeSena. As you can tell from my sniffles, it's very, very cold now. The wind's picked up. Ted Lavelle with a poor set piece from the halfway line. But it'll only go as far as Jake Daniels, but Daniels' ball looking for Preston's loose, and now Whitby Town with a chance to break. Daniels with a cynical foul on Grant, and Daniels will go into the book there. In the 78th minute here. Priestley Griffiths going to take this free kick 10 yards into the half of Bradford Park Avenue, just 5 yards in from the sideline. As we'll see the final change from Whitby Town in just a moment. Will we see it now? Yes, we will. I believe it's Joseph Wheatley who will be coming onto the pitch, as we also look to be seeing Leon Johnson come onto the pitch. But we will see the change first for Whitby Town. It's in the 79th minute. It is Joseph Wheatley replacing Alfie Doherty. Alfie Doherty played an important part in getting Max Howells in the game earlier in the first half, which led to the goal of Whitby Town. Nathan Thomas, of course, firing home from 3 yards to equalise for the Seasiders. Joseph Wheatley will come onto the pitch. Leon Johnson just not coming onto the pitch yet. I think Park Avenue will wait to defend this set piece as Griffiths plays the ball over to the far side of the box. Daniel Rowe gets there, ball bouncing around. Great save by Kieran Flavell. And it's fantastic work from the goalkeeper, the number 1, Mason O'Malley, on the floor holding his back. Just get up. But now a chance for Park Avenue to get forward. And Thibault's being fouled there. No, referee says no. And they're all flying around. And what's going on? Free kick given to Whitby Town way. And Joseph Wheatley. Joseph Wheatley just... you're rad. He's shouting really angrily in the face of young Adrian Thibault, the substitute. Referee just having a chat with Adrian Thibault there, who ended up fouling. I believe it was Joseph Wheatley in the end. As we will see a substitute now for Park Avenue, I think, will we? Yes, we shall. Leon Johnson. Looks like he will be coming on. No, we're holding on for a little bit. Sorry about that. Shane Bland now takes the free kick forward towards the edge of the area. Daniel Rowe and Eddie Mayoko both got a hold of each other, but Junior Mundal shifts the ball out wide to Jacob Grattan on the left-hand side, who's in a fierce battle with the Dunstan. Lovely Cruyff turn. Crosses the ball in out for a goal kick. Kieran Flavell with some fantastic saves to keep Bradford Park Avenue level. So far in this game, I count 3 fantastic saves. As that'll be the end of the afternoon for Eddie Mayoko here. In the 81st minute, Leon Johnson replacing Eddie Mayoko. Fantastic work from the wide man of Park Avenue. But as I mentioned, Kieran Flavell, what an afternoon for that man. The young Park Avenue goalkeeper. 3 influential saves so far in the game. A couple of one-on-ones, another one that was hit from around 4 yards out. Managed to keep that one out. Done ever so well. The Barnsley low knee. Long kick forward by him. Cleaned up by Daniel Rowe now. Spoons the ball out into the crowd. And there's less than 10 minutes to go here of regular time. Northern Premier League action. Whitby Town 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1. And both teams, I'm sure, will be looking to take 3 points away with them. Lancaster does well to keep the ball. Plays the ball down the line from Daniels. Here's Thibault inside the box. Flag is up on the far side. Thibault hits the side netting anyway. Shane Bland just to take it just inside his own area. 2 left-footed goalkeepers. Bland puts his left foot through the ball. Won well by Lara. What can Lancaster do? And Mundal gets his foot in there. But Daniels smashes the ball forward and Leon Johnson's chasing on that. Good awareness by Colby Shepherd on that far side to nod the ball back to Shane Bland and not allow Leon Johnson to sniff. Bland plays that ball forward now. Lara with pressure on his back from Bradley Fuster. Bundled over by Bradley Fuster. And foul given. Both teams now showing discontent to whatever decision the referee makes. If Whitby get a decision, Bradford Park Avenue aren't happy. If Bradford Park Avenue get a decision, Whitby Town definitely aren't happy. Kieran Flavell comes out of his goal once more. Take a free kick, level with his box, level with the edge of his box, the 18-yard box that is. Over on that right-hand side. Deep line of defence for Whitby Town. Flavell will be looking to get it all the way up there, which he does, looking for Thibault. But Beeden does really well to get his head to it first, and it says he's fouled there. That one was weak, and Adrian Thibault was about to boot that ball into the sky. I'm rather glad he didn't, because that would have been almost certainly a yellow card for the young man. But he kept his head, kept his cool, and kept the ball, well, from going in the sea. I think he was going to absolutely smash that one. Bland comes out of his goal. Plenty of action for both goalkeepers in terms of distribution. Bland smashes the ball up towards the edge of the box, looking for Daniel Rowe. Header won by substitute Ted Lavelle. And here is Rowe now, picking up the seconds on the edge of the box. Shifts it out wide to goal scorer Thomas, who lays it back to substitute Wheatley, who loops the ball high into the sky. Header won, though, and out for a corner ball, to Whitby Town. Headed off the back of Lucas Dunstan there by, I believe it was Bradley Fuster at the back stick. 83rd minute we are in now here. 1-1 a score. Corner on that far side, left-hand side for Whitby Town. In swing and delivery. In it comes. In towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Header won by Daniel Rowe. And what a save again by Kieran Flavel. It bounced down hard. Header down low into the ground from Daniel Rowe. And it bounced high then. Looking to find the top of the netting. Kieran Flavel just wise to it, tipped it over the bar with a strong right hand, and it goes for another corner, in swing and delivery once more. That one's close to the keeper, big punch by Flavel. And Johnson now, can he chase and get it away? No, he can't, only as far as Shepherd, who's driving down the right hand side, is the left-sided fullback. Keeps hold of the ball, rolls it back to Grattan. Grattan with a chance to put the ball into the box. He does, he flashes it across the edge. Daniel Rowe with a great flick. But Mason O'Malley will get that ball clear out for a throw. Just in front of me here, 10 yards into the half of Park Avenue to be taken by Grattan. No, he'll put that down. And Beeden will take it, referee says. Just go a few yards back, please, Beeden. He'll take it, and he'll end up taking it from where he was before, to be honest, once he's done his rope. But I don't blame him. Bit of gamesmanship. See it from both sides nowadays. Lancaster wins the header, clears. And as far as Grattan, bouncing around the edge of the area, header won by Fewster, then cleared by DeSena, and then Boot through it from Lancaster. Cleared, Thibault looking, Shepherd wins that ball instead. Onto this right hand side, oh fantastic control and skill from Nathan Thomas in behind, he drives into the area on the right hand side, ball across, Riley DeSena with a header. Heads it away, Jake Daniels recovering the ball and poking it down the line, but Jordan Preston's not there. Priestley Griffiths plays it inside to Jacob Grattan, who plays an outside of the book, Trevella. Looking towards the captain, Daniel Rowe, but that's intercepted. And now Lucas Adunson with an opportunity to go bundling down the right-hand side. Tries to play a ball in behind to Thibault. Thibault, watch Colby Shepherd doing the right thing in the end. In shielding that ball back to his goalkeeper, Shane Bland. Some tired legs looking out there now. Jake Daniels looks absolutely shattered in front of me in all red, the Park Avenue winger. But he might receive the ball again here as Mason O'Malley picks up the ball. He does go out to the halfway line here, where Jake Daniels picks up the ball, feeds it inside to Jordan Preston, who plays a fantastic ball over the top, inside, looking for the runner, Daniels. Daniels battling Priestley Griffiths, ends up having a full hold of him. Foul given in the end. I think Daniels clearly just pulling down on Priestley Griffiths. Free kick on the edge of the area to Whitby Town. Fantastic ball, though, from Jordan Preston, who played his own sort of Trevella style outside of the boot pass. Oh, Griffiths, completely blindsided Griffiths, but Griffiths did really well to hold off the challenge of Daniels. Header won by Lara from the resulting free kick. And here's Lancaster, who goes down the right-hand side looking for Thibault. Thibault cuts in, free kick, Shirley, referee, linesman gives it for him, and there's a free kick over on that right-hand side. Fantastic work from Adrian Thibault, who did a sort of Maradona-style turn. He was brought down by Colby Shepherd, and that's a free kick definitely to Bradford Park Avenue. I'm sure we'll see Jake Daniels go over there and take that, although Leon Johnson potentially looks interested in that. Johnson will be the one that takes it with his left foot in swing delivery. Two-man wall. Nathan Thomas and Priestley Griffiths in the wall. No, sorry. Joseph Wheatley and Priestley Griffiths in the wall for Whitby Town. Here we are in the 87th minute. What a time this would be for Park Avenue to score. Johnson whips the ball into the area. Dangerous area. Cleared. Riley DeSena lays it back to the edge of the area. Here's Daniels. Daniels on the edge. Goes to Johnson. Johnson with the ball now on the right-hand side. Dinks the ball into the area. Thibault with a shot. Oh, on the turn. Couldn't quite get the desired connection. And Blandel collects that one quite easily. Looking for Fewster now with the long ball. Great header by Lucas Adunson to cut out that counter. Johnson then wins the seconds. Goes out to Lancaster. And Jake Daniels has plenty of room on this left-hand side. Mason O'Malley's flying on the overlap if he can find him. Oh, and the ball just bobbles, and it's a poor pass from Daniels in the end. 2.5 minutes to go here, regular time of the 90. $604 the attendance this afternoon here in Whitby. Back underway now, cleared by Lancaster. Max Howell, the man with the assist this afternoon for Whitby Town, given the man of the match by the local crowd is. It looks like we'll see 3 minutes added eventually when we get to it. But Thibault now with a chance to go in behind for Park Avenue. Ball bouncing around the area, but recovered well by Colby Shepherd. And booted eventually away by Haswell. Mundell Wins the ball back off of Dunstan. Ted Lavelle with a great turn, just inside his own half, and a little inverted step over to keep the ball. Feeds it into Jordan Preston. 3 minutes added on in just a few moments. We've got a minute and a half left of the 90, though, still to go. Jordan Preston to Johnson. Poor touch from Johnson there, and recovered by Haswell. Ball's cleared down the line, only as far as Ted Lavelle, who then tries to poke it back towards the goal direction. Daniel Rowe playing as a centre forward now for Whitby Town, but couldn't win that header. And now Lancaster shifts the ball out to Jake Daniels on this left-hand side, who's just on the edge of the area. What can Daniels do? Hits it hard across the area. Park Avenue goal! Adrian Timmo, but the flag's up. The flag is up. Adrian Timmo put the ball into the back of the net. It was fantastic work from Jake Daniels, who put the ball across hard and low the edge of the 6-yard box. And that is gutting Adrian Timmo ever so well to just get the ball and poke it home. But the linesman's put his flag up. But Daniel Rowe playing as a centre forward now means that there may be a few more opportunities for Park Avenue. 30 seconds to go here in the 90. We know that there's 3 minutes to be added on. Long throwing down the line from Beeden. Daniel Rowe goes down, wins his side a free kick. About 30 yards from goal out on this right-hand side. Ted Lavelle was the man that was impeding him, just going over the back. Like I mentioned, man of the match given here by the locals to Max Howells, the man with the assist for Whitby Town's goal this afternoon. But there's no doubt in my mind that Kieran Flavel will be the man of the match if it remains as the same for Bradford Park Avenue. Some crucial saves this afternoon from Kieran Flavel to keep the scores level. But right now, Priestley Griffiths has a free kick for Whitby Town as we're into the 3 minutes of additional time. Whips the ball over towards the back state. Daniel Rowe gets his head to it, bouncing around. Foul in the back of Will Lancaster for sure. No, it's Mason O'Malley. Did really well to rise highest and win that header, and he was fouled. Kieran Flavel to take the goal kick. Well, offside in the goal kick position. Fantastic afternoon for the Bradford Park Avenue goalkeeper. Handful of one-on-one saves, handful of little tips over the bar. Efforts from 3 yards out, his ball forward, looking for Preston, but it's won by Beeden instead. O'Malley wins the next header. Now it's shifted down the line, and here is goal scorer Thomas, who's driving, looking to try and get past Riley de centre. What can he do? He's level with the edge of the area now, lays it back to Grattan. Grattan, who takes a heavy touch out wide, picked up back again by Thomas, who plays it infield. Great challenge by Ted Lavelle, but kept a hold of by Haswell, I believe it was. No, it's Wheatley. Shifted down. Grattan now with the ball across. No, and it goes out for a corner to Whitby Town on the right-hand side. Nathan Thomas, the man to take this. Minute and a half left here of additional time, a minimum of a minute and a half. In swing and delivery from Nathan Thomas about to come into the area. Referee doesn't quite let him take that as of yet. There isn't a single Bradford Park Avenue body that's outside the defending box. Referee's happy with everything that's going on inside the box right now. In swing and delivery, put in towards that backstick area. Header won by Daniel Rowe, but away from goal. And now Johnson hoofs the ball long towards Shane Bland, who's plenty of ways in half-time centre circle, and shanks his clearance forward. It will eventually fall to Shepherd, who hooks the ball down the line, and then a Dunstan hooks the ball back, looking towards Johnson. Header won by Griffiths, and Lancaster does ever so well to keep that ball away from Grattan, but eventually shovels it out of play for what is a throw into Whitby Town. Thrown to be taken on the halfway line. Shepherd throws it. The ball ends up all the way back at Shane Bland. Just a matter of moments to be played now. 20 seconds, you'd say. But here's Jordan Preston. If he can release Jake Daniels here, there's a chance for a last-minute counter-attack for Park Avenue. Jake Daniels on this left-hand side. What can he do? With one-on-one with Beeden. Plays a 1-2 with Mason O'Malley. Daniels going inside the area. Shot low! Saved by Shane Bland. Hard and low. And that will be full-time here at the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground in Northern Premier League action. The full-time score, Whitby Town 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1.
Tell me that's what love, please.
1-1. a fantastic game of football, a true reflection of where Bradford Park Avenue should be as they keep working towards their safety in this division this season. An important point here on the East Coast in North Yorkshire. Fantastic game of football. It was Jordan Preston who gave the lead to the side, Bradford Park Avenue, in the 32nd minute after he smashed the ball into the top left-hand corner with an effort that dropped to him on the penalty spot. But that lead only lasted 10 minutes after Nathan Thomas was the man that equalised. 3 yards out from Kieran Flavel's goal, just poked it home inside the 6-yard box. Other than that, Bradford Park Avenue did have the ball in the net with 3 minutes to go. It was Adrian Thibault that put the ball into the goal. But unfortunately, the flag was up there. Fantastic ball in behind from Jake Daniels, just tempting in the corridor of uncertainty, some may say. And Adrian Thibault put the ball into the net, but the linesman on the far side, Thomas Shepherdson, had his flag up. 2 penalty shouts for Whitby Town as well. Neither of them particularly given. One was in the second half. Harrison Beedon went down under what was, I think, a soft challenge. That one not given. And in the first half, Max Howells, the man who got the assist this afternoon, went down under a challenge from Jacob Lara. That one potentially a little bit closer to being a penalty, but the referee still said no. Connor Ledgway. So that's it for Bradford Park Avenue this week, and a much deserved, much needed point. Park Avenue arguably deserved more, but I think on reflection of the game, it was a fantastic performance from the West Yorkshire side. And a thoroughly enjoyable fixture. Unfortunately for us, Bradford Town have scored a winner after being 1-0 down at home, meaning that they moved 2 points above Bradford Park Avenue in the table. But Danny Whittaker can surely be proud of his men this afternoon after what was a fantastic display from all involved. Riley DeSena, Jacob Lara, Lucas Dunstan and Mason O'Malley can all hold their heads high after what was a barrage of Whitby Town attacks, especially late in that first half. Next weekend, Worksop Town at home at the Horsefall Community Stadium. I hope everyone can come down and join us if possible in our hunt for survival under Danny Whittaker's leadership. Another point to add, another point closer. Well worked this afternoon for the Park Avenue lads. I've really enjoyed it. I've been Arthur Difford on commentary. And the final score here in Northern Premier League action at, I'm going to say it again, the Tobar Express Stadium at the Turnbull Ground is Whitby Town 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1. Thank you.